Hello and welcome to this brand new map called Italia. Right, so I've been really excited for this map. It seems to be a highly detailed map, and even the website where you obviously download it from is highly detailed as well. You can tell that it's been made by someone that really knows what he's doing, and yeah, it's just a brilliant addition to Farming Simulator, and I do highly recommend you go check it out. But what I'm going to be doing in this video is just showing it off a little bit in detail. Hopefully you can get a good glimpse of what it offers, and then if you like it yourself, there'll be a link in the description for you to go and check out the website and also download it. It's made by a map designer called EDOMOD. Obviously he really does know what he's doing. This is like I've already said, high quality, very detailed, probably one of the most detailed maps I've seen. So it's got 48 fields, as you can probably tell, quite a few, like a mixture of size and also arable to grass. It's quite hilly, which I will show off in a second. You will see there is some really nice hilly areas, especially field 48. When you're mowing that, it's quite uphill. So yeah, it's somewhat different, but really good. It's got 3 farms. So this is the main farm here. There's some extra animal pens around the map that you can see that you can buy. You start off in this area with like some chickens and some small equipment that's quite damaged, so that's pretty cool. It's got 8 equipped areas, so these are like your extra bits that you buy in silos and stuff like that. Down here is really cool because that's like a bunker that you can buy, and it connects to the train line. There is a running train line around here that you can like use to sell wood and even chip wood straight into a cart on the train itself. But yeah, I think you can actually sell or transport, some kind of silage that you've done in a pit straight up to the BGA, which is pretty cool in itself. It's multi-fruit map because it's maizeplus ready, so it's got maizeplus horse extension already in, obviously seasons ready, manure system ready, and yeah. The Pro version, this will be coming out eventually, or soon as it says there, the Pro version extension. That's going to have 60 fields in total then, and then there'll be an extra farm, so 4. There'll be 10 equipped areas instead of 8, and then there'll be 4K textures, which is really interesting, and also vineyards, which is something that I am quite excited to see. So let's have a look at the map. Obviously, I can't show you every single place in detail, but I can guarantee you now that this map is worth downloading and playing, especially if you're into maizeplus, because it's obviously one of the most detailed maizeplus maps to come out. There is a lot, obviously, still, like Chellington and so on, but this is, this is up there for me. I have been excited for it. So this is at the south of the map. We're just right about here where the store is. Standard store, but I do like, if you see, it's got like some pieces of kit on show. Obviously you can't get in these, a bit of a Fiat, proper Italian style tractor Fiat. I mean, it's definitely a good playthrough for a Fiat Agri anyway. So it's got some custom, these are custom corn textures, these are. I was looking at these and these do look pretty good, quite dense as well. Yeah, the train itself goes and runs pretty much round the map. Some of the detail as well that you can see. I don't think it's on one of these tunnels, but there's like, as you can see on this tunnel here, there's like fumes that have come up and stained the actual tunnel itself, which I do like. It's little touches like that. They're obviously cool. This is the, looks like harvestable corn, so it's ready to harvest. So if we just work our way up this windy hill, which is nice in itself, this would lead you to the main farm. I've done a bit of mowing on this hill. Look at that incline. It's interesting to mow on that. So I'll show you like little bits and bobs, but this in itself over here is like a silo area. So these markers with information of where, like, what they're for, if you know, feeding areas and so on, water points, all that kind of stuff. You've got information markers on the map. You can remove them, but you have to go to where you start the map off, which is just over here at your home. There's a little information area there. If you go to that left click, I think it is, you can actually remove all them. But obviously, as you start, you probably want to keep them on so you know what everything does. So this is obviously for storing seed, it looks like. And yeah, they must go into there, which is pretty cool. These open up. So that's where you're going to store your silo. It's like a bit of a workshop round here. I do like down here, this area. This is the place that I was talking to, where the train actually stopped. So this is your bunker. So obviously you could ferment some maize silage, grass silage, whatever you want in there, and then you can store it into this, and this would unload directly into one of these carts on this train, which then eventually you could take to the BGA and sell it that way, which I think is pretty cool. It's definitely cool. Right, so let's work our way to the main farm. So as you can see, this place here is where the sheep are. It's a big field for the sheep. The cows are pretty cool as well because they kind of roam across through this area. This is where they're grazing. It's got a bit of pasture grass in it, looks like. And they kind of like walk across. This is the trigger to get the cows. This is all the pigs area, but I'll show you that in a second. So yeah, the cows kind of just walk across, and it's pretty detailed up there. I will show you that in just a moment. So it is obviously compatible with the animal extension mod. It doesn't come where this is already set up. You have to put them in place yourself, so I've done that. So this is where obviously you feed your sheep and give them water. And that's where you're going to trigger. That's your trigger to buy your sheep or unload your sheep. Now, what you'll notice as well when you fill up the water in this trough, it kind of transfers through these pipes into these troughs as well, which is a nice little feature and a little touch. So you've got, I don't know what this is yet. I'm not entirely sure if this is manure or something that's coming out, but it's definitely something to do with the pigs, because the pigs are underneath here. This is where you get your pigs. This is the trigger to buy pigs or deliver the pigs. So this must be something to do with the pigs. It looks like that's the slurry pit for the pigs. Some chickens. Chickens there if you want. Have chickens on here. So it's a good farm because you can have, in this is what I call the main farm. You can obviously have cows, pigs, chickens and sheep all in one area, which I do like. And it's not like it's massive. You know, you've even got a swimming pool. But it's not massive, so you can get around, but there's also enough space to move around. This is for your milk, unloading your milk. Just there. Water, I've put the pipe there because you can obviously fill water into that point, and then you'll notice it kind of pumps into these troughs here. That's like the mini parlour. And this is where you're obviously going to feed your cows. So let's just have a quick look at the pigs. I've just shown you underneath there. This is another slurry pit. Maybe that's the slurry pit for the cows, and maybe this one's for the pigs. It's one or the other. I haven't obviously tested that out yet. This is where you obviously feed your pig food. Kind of goes in the pipe work underneath into this silo, which I do like. Pumps over. It looks like it's air fed into these troughs, which is good. It is definitely detailed, and the same with the water. Even though the pump's over here, so this is where you fill the water. It kind of feeds all the way through this pipe work into this water storage tank, and then obviously into the trough. So you can obviously manually do that, or you can use what I've set up, which is the animal extension mod. And the pigs have got a little tunnel, which is cool. And this is another area for the pigs. And look at that view. Nice hilly. You know, they're not all flat fields. There is some flat fields, as you can see, but they aren't all kind of the same generic field. There's lots of different shapes and sizes, so you can obviously experiment. I mean, and just look at that for an entrance. Brilliant. So yeah, this is obviously another entrance. There is a few entrances. There's an area there just to park some bits and bobs, and again down here looks like this is going to be where the winery and the vineyards will be. So I'm guessing at some point you'll see some kind of maybe like we'll make wine and this is your cellar. So it's interesting to see what happens with that. Again, another entrance. There is a horse area as well. It's tiny, so you can have a horse if you want to. So that's pretty cool. It's like, is that billiards? I don't know what that is. Some kind of game. But yeah, as you can tell, this is a really nice farm, and I am going to be doing a Let's Play on this, and I'm probably going to have this farm because it seems like there's a lot going on, and there's some nice shaped fields around, so yeah, kind of summer farming. Right, so we've had a look at that. We've also had a look at the place over here, which has got the pit, and then this was where that little silo was. Let's go have a quick look at the BGA. Again, really detailed. I like these kind of slurry pits, holding areas for slurry. Obviously, you got all your BGA stuff there. And the train moves along this here. I wonder what that is. So here you can sell your bales, which is good for your BGA. And it looks like this is where the train stops. So I know when the train comes here, it obviously unloads into there, into your BGA. So if you've got your pit and you've filled up your train from there, this is where it's going to unload into the BGA. There's a couple of bunkers as well. Everything you'd expect from a standard BGA, but with the added bonus of having the train go through. So let's move along to probably the sawmill. I'll go to the sawmill next. I mean, I do like the in the distance as well. It's nicely textured. Right, so there you go. This is the sawmill. Sell your wood chips there. Again, that goes and obviously loads into the train. You can sell your logs here on the train. And then if you've got them like in a trailer, some logging equipment, this is where the logs are going to go down there as well. There's a lot of things going on there. I do like how it's implementing, it seems, the train in a lot of these sell points. It's like an area where you can buy and for a horse. Bit of a stable going on. This is just going to be like a quick overview before I actually start my Let's Play. I just thought I'd show off the map, just if anyone wants to download it as well and didn't know it was out. It has just come out, so it's definitely worth playing. Right, so we've had a look at that. Let's go and have a look at the place you start off at. So when you've just started the map, this is the equipment you start with, and this is the area. So it's like the smallest place. You can obviously work up to the other farm if you wanted to. The only thing you can have on here is chickens. That's where the chickens are. These are the starting equipment you get. Kind of a cedar, an old New Holland harvester. That's where you're going to obviously take your grain from. I know you store the grain just there. So the grain's going to go there. So not really much going on. You get a Fiat, but not really much going on except at least you've got some chickens and you can start harvesting this field here. So you do get that field. I haven't got seasons installed at the moment, but I will be playing with seasons. It's just I wanted to show off the, the crop types as they were grown. And it's better to do that with seasons. Right, so let's have we'll move over to farm number 2. Which is just over here. Right, so this is just a little bunker area. It's quite a big bunker actually, it's quite deep. A little storage area for parking up. This, what you can see here, is a crop type that's added into the map called green corn. So if you just see it just there, green corn. I don't know what the difference is yet between corn and green corn. I'm guessing it's green, and yeah, it's a different type, different texture maybe. But it's definitely something I'll try out. I do like this area as well. This looks quite picturesque. So it looks like you've got a pig farm here. This is where, if you wanted to have this and do a bit of farming, but also have some pigs. I know in Italy, there's pig farming is quite big. So you definitely should expect to see a few pig farms. But again, this isn't a massive farm, but nice, small little area, but it really does look impressive. Right, so I think we'll quickly just work our way across to this sell point here, and then we'll move up through the main area, go over to the sheep pasture it looks like, and then we'll finish off where you actually start the map. Kind of going back to front. So let's just quickly move over to here. Like, we've seen that area, that's, as I'm calling, the main farm. And it looks like this is another sell point that's obviously implemented with the train line. It looks like it's a grain sell point, but again, you can obviously put the grain in a trailer and you can sell it here. It looks like that anyway. Right, so let's move on to the cow barn. It's a big barn, but it is just for cows. There's nothing else going on. Again, I don't know what that is. I think that must be for manure then. If it is, that is pretty cool because it puts you straight into the kind of storage area for manure. If we just get the F1 menu, what we'll be able to tell if this is a bunker. Nope, so they are storage areas. This is obviously slurry. I'm not entirely sure what that stores. Again, you've got your water area there, fill points, little parking area. This must be the bunker. Yes, it is. So that's where you can store some silage in a pit. And then again, these are your triggers for milk to get your cows. So open and close curtains. This might be difficult to do. I'm going to have to try it now. Let me just quickly turn off flight mode. Ah, that's pretty cool. So if obviously the cows want a bit of sunlight or a bit of shade, you can obviously do that. That's nice. It's a nice little feature. So I'm guessing where they graze, it looks like they graze out in this field here. But yeah, again, nice little feature. Something definitely different. You probably haven't seen that much as the train going by. You haven't seen that things like that much in other maps. It's definitely unique to this map itself. Right, so we've got another sell point coming up here. It's like a proper sell point factory. Let's just have a quick look at that one. I'm not going to try and pronounce that just because I don't want to butcher it. But I'll show you exactly what it's selling. I think it must be... Well, it's not grain types. It looks like that's the dairy. So this is your dairy. So if you're doing milk, which I'll probably do. I do like obviously doing milk and dairy farming. This is where you're going to sell your milk. So that's good to know. So this must be the main town area. As you can tell, the train does feature a lot here. So this is a spinnery. This is where you're selling your wool. You've got an animal dealership, another sell point area, fuel station. So I think the sell point area is there. It looks like it. Let's just try and... So yeah, that's sell point area there. Let's have a look what that's for. So it looks like that is for onions, carrots, basically root crops. Yeah, it's for root crops. So that's just for your root crops. I do like how it's got specific areas that you can sell, like your root crops, your dairy. It's not like it's spread around the map. Looks like there's another sell point here. And that looks like it's definitely for grain. Yeah, that's your grain types. So there's a lot going on in that area. Now I do like this. This is something unique. This is basically, it's like a wood chipper, but you can control it. So if I just quickly go into there, turn the engine on, you can unfold the wood chipper. What that basically does is, if I just do it again, you'll see. Try and zoom in the best I can. I think that's the maximum I can do. If you notice that, let me just show you with the mouse, it's easier. So right now it's set to like the truck, so if you put a truck just under here and then put some wood in here, some logs in there, turn the chipper on, Just unfold it. So the wood chip is now on. There we go. So you can see the conveyor belts going. So you'd put some logs in there. The chipper would obviously then start doing its job and mulching up all the logs that you've put in. So yeah, it's set right now to truck, and then if I just change it to the train, it's now obviously going to drop through this pipe here if you had your train. So again, really cool. So this map obviously has got quite a bit of stuff if you want to do some logging, and it's obviously got a lot of trees as well. And these two areas that I'm around now are pretty much made for logging. As you can see, you can purchase these around, I think it was 370 and 214,000. So not cheap, but obviously if you're logging anyway, you'll make a lot of money. We're just going to see these last two areas here, and then we can finish off in the middle where we start, which is where our home is. So there's another sell point here. This one's called IFE. If we just have a quick look on the map, again, it's another grain sell point, all kind of grains. And the good thing about that, as you're selling it, it can go onto the train itself. Now, I don't know if you automatically get paid here or if it takes it on the train to like that place, like the main sell point, and then you get paid there. I really don't know. So it says there, if you're putting it there, it goes on the train, and I guess that's just to sell straight away. But without testing it out, I won't know. But as I'm playing the game, I will test these things out. And then finally, this is just the last little sheep pasture. Again, nice little sheep pasture, small, but really sheep don't want that much. I'm guessing these pallets here are where the wool pallets would go. So yeah, highly detailed map, definitely impressed with it, and I'm excited to see the pro version as well. But I am going to start a playthrough on this because I do like the feel of it. It's definitely got something unique going on about it. And then this is the little town or village. And if you walk up to this room here, you always hear this music. Which is the music you hear when you're loading up the map. And then this place here is where we live. So even though we've bought that farmhouse, this is the sleep trigger. Now, I don't know if you can put another sleep trigger down, but if you go to this door here, this is where you sleep, as you can see in the top left corner. But you'll start the map in pretty much this position. Right, so I think that's pretty much everything on the map that we've seen, briefly anyway. I am excited to start playing this. I haven't played an Italian style map before, so it's definitely something different, and I do like the picturesque feel to it. It definitely is well made, you can't deny that. So go check out the link in the description if you're interested. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos on Farming Simulator. See ya.